What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. So the update for the next month has been announced and we've got some new weapon refines and new Ephemera Units, so I'm going to be discussing those things. And I'm also going to be giving you guys my mini review of these Ephemera Units and what I expect out of these weapon refines. So let me know about your thoughts in the comment section down below about this update. And the very first thing that we see is new Ephemera Units. So you could get these from the Red Divine codes in the month of June. So the 5-star combat manual that we have got is Summer Robin. So she does provide you with Lance Valor, which is really unique and has not been available on any kind of free-to-play or demote unit. And I guess this is a way of them giving the Valor skills away because they cannot really demote units I guess at this point. And they just want to provide these skills to the players. So Ephemera Units is the way. So you could just inherit this on a Lance Dancer like Azura or Dancer Berkut, and that could make the training of SP on your units really easy in these special training maps. Otherwise, if you don't really care about the Valor skill, then HP Defense 2 is also pretty good. It is also present on Marissa, who is usually used as an infantry pulse fodder. It's also present on Nils, who does have way better uses than that. And if you don't care about these two skills, and if you're really desperate for reposition, then she has got that too. The next thing that we have is Summer Innes. Unfortunately, Summer Innes doesn't really have anything too good for fodder. He's got Goat Flyers, which Pala has got. Rally attack defense is not really all that good because rally plus skills and up skills are much better for scoring. Beach Banner is also not good. Defense Feint gets outclassed by Roost skill, but I guess Defense Feint could be useful to be used in Arena, so it could like offer some value, but most of the people are probably not gonna be getting him unless they want to merge him. Then we also have Kaze as a attack smoke fodder, which is really good. And attack smoke is basically one of the best budget slotted skills that you could put on your units. Attack debuff is universal, which pretty much every unit can make use of. So really good fodder. And then we have got free death blow incline, which is also really amazing. Very good for player phase and like damage oriented units who just have ray weapons or just want to do a lot of damage or nuke. So free death blow is really nice. And we have got free Vantage and Longku and also Glimmer. So Glimmer is a pretty nice 2-turn cooldown special, and Vantage of course is paired up with distant counter or close counter a lot of times. So pretty useful units so far. And Ares has got brazen attack defense, which is much better used on a sacred seal by running something like Fury on your slot A so that it could fall into the range of brazen seal. Brazen attack defense on slot A does have the opportunity cost, but if you do want to use it, then you could go ahead. And if you have got any kind of unit who does have self damage with their weapon, then brazen skills on slot A do work really well with them. And of course, Ares is a really popular merge project that a lot of people work to because he is absolutely insane as a distant counter Vantage unit with really high damage output with Bonfire. And at last we've got Sully, who doesn't really have that much other than Drawback and Swordbreaker 2. Swordbreaker 2 I guess could be used for Arena Assault purpose, and Drawback is a nice assist skill. So those are all of the Ephemera units, and I'm really happy with this because this patch does set a precedence that we could get Valor skills on these units, and that is really good for making the SP training easy, you know, saving time. As someone who has a lot of units and who has to train a lot of units for videos and stuff, I really appreciate the fact that they are giving away Valor skills on these limited units. So overall, really good fodder units. And then we have move on to the weapon refinery. So we have got Myrrh, Draug, Donnel, and Clarisse. So let's take a look at Myrrh first. So Myrrh at the release was a really good unit, but the power creep has come so far that her Great Flame isn't really all that good because Myrrh needs to have more than 5 defense than the enemy to activate her Great Flame and stop their follow-up attack. And that is a pretty like brutal condition in this day and age. So I hope with the weapon refine they just make it so that she just needs to have 1 extra defense point than the enemy. And they could definitely add some really nice additional effects, you know, because flying dragons don't really have access to breath skills, so they could give her a breath effect that would be really unique. Or they could give her something like Dragoon Shield, basically having Iot Shield and giving her extra stats. That is also something that could be really useful to her because her defense is high. She can take on archers if you run distant counter on her. So that is something I would like as someone who really likes Myrrh as a character. And then we have got Donnel. So Donnel is a unit that a lot of people have plussed in merge, mainly because we don't have that many lance infantry units, especially who are easily available. And Donnel was a genuine training unit, so he wasn't affected that hard compared to other lance infantry units when it came to having less BST, because he had more BST even when he came out as a launch unit. So he's got 162 BST, and Donnel is pretty versatile unit. Mainly he's used as an enemy phase unit, and his weapon most of the time, which a lot of people use, is Casablanca Plus, which just ignores the buffs of ranged foes. But this kind of lance could be really nice for a unit like him. I hope it's mixed phase, but if that's not possible, then definitely something for the enemy phase would be really nice. I honestly want him to have a really insane weapon refine, because he's pretty insane in Awakening if you have played that game. So Donnel is definitely something which a lot of people are looking forward to. And then we've got Draug. So at the time of launch, Draug used to be this kind of armor unit who was fast. Yes, 32 base speed was considered fast at that time. But now the power creep has come so far that 32 speed absolutely means nothing. I mean, it's workable for sure, but armor units just have, you know, skills like Bolt Fighter, Vengeful Fighter that don't really care about speed stat. But there's always an argument to be made that null follow-up is pretty common and is gaining popularity as time goes on. So having natural speed is probably better for armor units to avoid that kind of thing. So I would like him to have some kind of weapon refine similar to Amelia, which can make use of his speed stat. He will need a lot more speed, like at least like +8 or +7 speed, and that could just make him a pretty good user of Special Fighter. So that's something I would want out of him, and that could be really good for the people who built him up as a +10 merge unit at that time. At this point in the game, it's not really worth it to build him up because there are way better scoring units and in general, way better red armor units. And then at last we've got Clarisse. So Clarisse is pretty much the worst archer in the game before she gets the weapon refined, because when she got into the game, like after a few months, she was immediately like power crept by Fallen Takumi, just outclassed, because Fallen Takumi has better stats than her, has a preferred weapon, and just had better skills in general. So Clarisse always had a really sad fate and was pretty much the worst archer, but this weapon refinery could change some things for her. She's still going to be vastly outclassed by a lot of units, and still going to be facing competition from Fallen Takumi as a free-to-play archer, because his Scotty weapon has got a really nice niche. But for Clarisse, I can see her getting something that does more damage or provides her with special like +10 damage when the foe is damaged or something like that, mainly referencing her cruel and sadistic nature. So that could be something. Another character trait that she's got is that she's really afraid of being alone. That's like one of her deepest fears, and that's why she's got that bond with Katarina. So maybe some kind of bond refine, but that's just so boring at this point. So many units have got that kind of bond refine, so I hope it's something more interesting. And this is really good because Clarisse has just been sitting in the dust for a really long time. So those were the weapon refines. I'm personally really looking forward to Myrrh's weapon refine because I have her at like +4 merge with distant counter. So new structures are going to be able to be upgraded in ether rates. Healing tower is that structure which can be leveled up to level 7, and that will be able to heal you up with 40 HP, I believe. So this could be kind of annoying for all of the Kronia teams, I guess, because their bolt tower can only do 35 damage. But then again, like a lot of really good Kronia teams in ether rates offense basically run Halloween Hector, who does have that duo skill which can just make him a walking bolt tower. So good Kronia teams will use that, basically have everyone at 1 HP on your team, and Disarm Trap Kronia will simply just snipe your healing tower, not caring about any of the gravity or the bolt trap, and then she could just sweep the team. So I do believe that bolt tower is also going to be getting an upgrade, which I'm definitely looking forward to, because like bolt tower is pretty much the one of the best offensive structures that you could use, and healing tower, in my opinion, is the best structure for ether rates defense, and it's definitely a must-have. So looking forward to this, but it will take a lot of stones to upgrade this on the defense. On offense, you could just use the Heavenly Dew, and that's much easier for the veteran players because we just have so much Heavenly Dew. Only recently they started to like make these offensive structures which require Heavenly Dew. So it's going to be pretty easy for offense, but for defense you will need to save up a lot of stones because this is a really good structure that you want to have upgraded to full. We're also going to be getting some new songs in Arc of Dawn from Fire Emblem Echoes, which is a really chilled song. At Peace is also from Radiant Dawn, which is also a really calm song. And going my way from Blazing Sword, which is a really funny song. I really love that, so I'm glad that they're adding this to the music. Melee Strike is also going to be getting a mechanism update basically, so Heroic Banner can be upgraded to level 4. This Heroic Banner structure gives you bonus doubler, and right now at level 3 it gives you that in the AoE of 5 column and 5 rows. So its AoE is gonna get like increased, which is really good. Definitely a pretty good structure. And then Iago and Minerva are gonna be added into the Grail pool. Minerva, I'm just so looking forward to so many people having Minerva plus 10 merge on the day this update comes up, because Minerva is definitely one of the best free-to-play units that we have got. So that is basically the update. Overall pretty happy with this, but I hope some of the Gen 1 units like, I don't know, Corrin can get some kind of weapon refine, because she definitely has been struggling for quite a while now. And there's also units like Setsuna, who definitely need a weapon refine, so I hope next time Setsuna gets one. So that's gonna be it. Let me know about your opinion about these weapon refinery units and these ephemera units. I'm loving the Divine Code section of this game basically, because you can just get these units for free, which is really great. And the best thing is that you don't really need to play in any kind of competitive modes to get these toilet papers, these limited toilet papers. You just need to play like stuff like Forging Bonds Grand Conquest, which can be easily done by even people who don't really take this game that much seriously or don't play that much. So pretty happy with that. I want to thank all of my YouTube members for their support, and if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as female Corrin waiting for her weapon refine. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.